Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be working on my nails, and I'll be telling you a story of how my 2-month-old daughter had a liver condition and died. So stay tuned. New videos upload on Mondays and Thursdays. I got my leaves finally, so I'm going to be using it for my nails. I've been wanting to do my nails for a long time, but I don't have the time. So today I decided to create time to make my nails. So there are 6 colors in this pack. 6 different colors. Wow. So we have this. This will be nice for Christmas. I think it's kind of holographic. This is holographic. So I'll be using this. This is nice. I'll be using this. And I'll be using this. We have this as well. We have this one too. And we have this. I wish there was red in this pack, but there's no red. And I'll be using this to design my nails. So don't mind my background noise. There's no light, so I'm using the generator. So what should I do here? So I'll be using this nail foil transfer glue. I'll be using somewhere here as well. Where should I use it to? Okay. So let me use it here too. So I'll cure for 30 seconds and come back. So I'll be using this for So let me start with a story while you guys watch me work. I gave birth to my baby in February 2013. I think February 7th, 2013. And after 2 months, I discovered that the pool's color wasn't changing. And a friend of mine advised me to take her back to the hospital for a checkup. So on getting to the hospital, they did a checkup and they discovered that, okay, they said that I think she had jaundice, something like that, that it was going to go by itself because her eyeballs were a little bit yellowish. That was a soluble one and it was going to go by itself. And they started a little bit of test, but you know the way Nigerian hospitals are, they wasted a lot of time before she could see a consultant, a pediatric consultant. It took a long time, and by the time she saw the consultant, she was 3 months plus. Before you could diagnose what was wrong with her, it was already past the age, or the age where they could do a corrective surgery. So at 3 months, if they had discovered before she was 3 months old, they would have done a corrective surgery. But because they didn't discover early, I was told there was nothing they could do again. I should just wait. In fact, they didn't even tell me. They just said there was no medical treatment for it, blah, 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 blah. So I gave birth to her at Molly Specialist Hospital in Ibadan, Ideakpe. And the consultant came to see her there. After a while, he said I should bring her to University College Hospital in Ibadan for a comprehensive checkup. So on getting there that day, you know the way teaching hospitals are, they had the students with him and all. So he just said, okay, madam, this baby has biliary atresia. I don't know if I'll put the condition up so you can see what it means. That this baby has biliary atresia, and they discovered late. That if they had discovered early, maybe when she was 2 months or 1 month old, they would have done a corrective surgery to, I think, the biliary atresia has to do with the bile that the liver produces not leaving the liver. So it makes the liver to swell up and cause a lot of damage in the body. So now, if they had discovered earlier, they will have done a corrective surgery using one of our intestine. I think, I don't know, to do, that's what he said, to do like a passage from the liver out from the liver, because they said there was no bile duct. She didn't have a bile duct. So they'll have used one of the intestines to do as a bile duct, so that the bile will be leaving the liver. So they just told me that we just keep managing her and all, you know. But right there in my presence, you won't believe this doctor faced his students and said, you know, after a few months, this baby would die. You know, like, I was like, wow. I was still there. He didn't even tell me all that, but he faced his students to be telling them. I felt so bad, and I just left the hospital in annoyance. I was so angry. I was scared. I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know who I was to talk to. I called my husband because my husband was working in Lagos at that time. I called him. I told him. He too didn't even understand what I was trying to say. You know, I couldn't tell any of my parents. I just kept it to myself. Then the managing of the condition began. You know, different tests, spending nights at the hospital, and all. And the baby wasn't growing like that, like the way she was supposed to be growing, just because she wasn't digesting her food properly. Okay. Part of the condition was that she wouldn't be able to digest her food properly. So she wasn't digesting her food properly. Sometimes when she takes some things, she was going to pull it out the way she took it. You know. So I had to give her breast milk for a long time. I think I breastfed her for like about 18 months. So she was on breast milk for about 18 months. Then I slowly, you know, introduced her to cereals. Even the cereals, there are some that won't go down well with her. I had to change some, and I had to continue with some. So she wasn't growing. And the doctors kept, you know, worrying that she wasn't growing. They knew that was part of the condition, but they felt her liver was going to break down soon, and you know, they should just expect the worst. That like 3 years of my life was the most difficult time of my life, because I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do any business. I was just always home. Then she couldn't stand by herself. That means she could not walk, so I had to carry her. And because of the mass of the stomach, because the stomach was kind of big, I had to be carried up and down. Like she was weighing like 22 kg thereabouts. Okay, even before she added a little bit of weight, she was so skinny that anywhere I go, people will be like looking at her and be wondering, what's wrong with your child? Anywhere I go. So I couldn't go to a lot of places. I couldn't go for church programs and to attend family functions. Even at family functions, family members will be looking at her and be asking, what's wrong with this child? Are we taking her to the hospital? What are you doing? And all that. And there was this particular family member that I knew was kind of concerned, about our plight at that time, because he said, this child is the only problem you guys have. If you can only talk to the doctor to help you, take care of it. I was shocked. Like, to help me take care of this child, maybe do something so she can die on time. Instead of waiting for her time to come, just do it fast. I was so angry. I didn't go to see that person for a long time. I couldn't visit the person for a long time. But now, forgiving the person, but I still can't forget what the person said to me. One day, this person's child was getting married. This uncle that told me that I should tell the doctor to help me get rid of the baby. The child was getting married, and we're planning the wedding, attending, and everything. And on the particular day of the wedding, he said, in front of everybody, he said, "No, Fumi, don't worry, don't follow us. Just stay and take care of your child. There is no point in you following us." At that particular moment, my mother-in-law, she couldn't take it again. She started crying. I didn't cry because, I don't know, maybe because I had developed thick skin. I went to the wedding, and people were surprised to see me there. They were saying, if they were the one, they wouldn't come and all that. I said, I'm not bothered. And the man felt bad, and he came to meet me that it was because he didn't want me to stress the baby. I just said, okay, I understand. But you could have done in a better way. Maybe you could have told me days before the wedding that, I understand though. I don't want to stress the baby. There's no point in you following yours. Not in the presence of everyone that was present. People from the village and people that didn't even know that something was wrong with this child. But in all, I just want to thank God for my husband. He supported me all through. Some husband that said, you don't know where you brought this child from. Take the child back to where you brought the child from. But he supported me all through. We used to take turns in taking care of this child. Even my in-laws, like my mother-in-law, she was very supportive. My father-in-law was very supportive. My siblings, my parents, when they eventually got to know, they were so supportive. Like always, like, how are you doing? How is baby doing? Okay, just take time to rest. If you want help, let us know so we can come and help you, and all that. But honestly, there are days or there are times that these people could not just understand what I was going through. They couldn't understand the kind of help I needed. Like some days that this baby will not be able to sleep because of pains. She might not be able to. Sometimes she won't be able to sleep for 3 days consecutively. She'll be in pains. I was always giving her ibuprofen then. So it got to a time that the liver couldn't take it anymore. I think she was already stressed, and she was admitted to the hospital for about 2 weeks, or 9 days thereabouts. I was just there. I was just tired, and it was like my spirit was telling me something was going to happen because I just kept crying. That was the only time I knew that I was just crying. I was just crying for no just reason. And my husband was like, why are you crying now? What happened? This baby is doing fine. I would say, no, I just don't feel right. Because at that time, she wasn't able to sit again. If she sits, she will fall forward, hitting maybe her mouth or her head on the floor. So I couldn't make her sit by herself again. I had to be carrying her all the time. Every when we got to the hospital, they put her on the hospital bed. She won't be able to sit by herself. She keeps falling forward. And at that time, I was so down. I didn't even know. Thank God I was not depressed. And I think on the 9th or the 10th day, I can't remember, I think she just went into coma for about 12 hours or 18 hours. I didn't even know it was coma. I just felt she was sleeping, you know. So after like 18 hours that she didn't wake up, I went to come and meet the doctor, and the doctor was like, why did you come to tell me? You know, why didn't you tell me earlier when I came for a ward round that she has been sleeping since. So they started giving her a lot of things, glucose and everything, just to wake her up. She finally woke up, and the doctor called myself and my mother-in-law, because my husband had gone to work too. My mother-in-law into her office, and she was like, okay, at this time you should expect the worst, blah 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 blah. This woman has been a good woman. Anytime she comes there with this child, she doesn't fight anybody in this hospital. You know, a lot of people that have this kind of child, they're always very touchy and angry, but she's not like that. She's a good person. And when I was saying, okay, I know that she's a good daughter, you know, I started crying. My mother was crying. The doctor was also crying, because they've been managing this baby for about 2 years. The doctor was also crying, and you know, and that was it. The following day, this baby too closed her eyes. She was about 2 years plus now, 2 years and about 10 months or 9 months. She closed her eyes, and she couldn't just open the eyes again. She was eating and listening to us. When we say something, she would reply, but she wasn't opening her eyes anymore. And at that time, I just felt I should just go home. And she kept asking for her elder sister, because she was my second child, and she kept asking for her elder sister. She was saying, "Fifumi, Fifumi, Fifumi." So we told my friend that my daughter was with at home to bring her to the hospital. When Fifumi came to the hospital, she couldn't recognize her. So okay, my Fifumi cannot stay with you here. So we took Fifumi back home. And immediately Fifumi went again, this baby started shouting Fifumi again. So I think the following day I have to take her back to the house. I told the doctor that she just released her to me. Let me take her home. They said, this baby might not survive the night. I said, don't worry, let me just take her home. So on getting home, she still didn't open her eyes, because we got home about 10 p.m. in the night. She didn't open her eyes. But the following morning, the sister came home, because sister was my friend. Sister came home, and immediately she heard her sister's voice. She opened her eyes. She shouted her name. She hugged her sister, and this girl closed her eyes back. And she didn't open her eyes again till she passed away the following morning. It was so sad. Like, it was sad. We were just crying. So we had to take her back to the hospital that same evening. And we were there till the following morning, when she now passed away. Meanwhile, we were on admission. It was during the December period, first week of December, from last week of November till the first week of December. So December 5th was my husband's birthday. We were in the hospital, and she died 2 days after my husband's birthday. It was kind of traumatic for my husband, because he kept saying, I'm celebrating my birthday at the hospital with my sick daughter, and 2 days after she died, you know. Some family members were there for us, my parents, my siblings, my husband's parents, his siblings. They were there, some of his friends, some of my friends as well. They were there for us to be with us during that time. But a lot of people during the trial time, I'll call it the trial time, when the child was alive, didn't know how to help, or didn't know how to come in. Some of them just, they didn't ask, they just kept staring at the child somehow. Some of them will ask me, why are you looking so haggard? What's wrong with you? Take care of yourself now. It's because your child is not feeling fine, you're looking like this. They didn't even know what I was going through. They didn't know I sometimes I won't sleep for about 3 nights. I won't even sleep during the day as well. And there was this particular friend I met at that time. She had a shop near my shop, and anytime she doesn't see me at work, she will come to my house and look for me. The other day she didn't see me for about 3 days. She came the following day, and she was like, you didn't come, what happened? And when she saw me, she could not leave me. She stayed with me throughout the whole day. She was helping me do a lot of things at home. Just don't worry, just lie down and sleep. I'll help you do some things. She really tried for me, and a lot of people like that around me, tried. But some people will tell you that maybe the child is ogbanje, maybe the child has evil spirit or something. Even my pastor, my church I was going to, he told me that, or after the baby child died, called my husband into his office and was saying that the child had evil spirit, and I knew about it, and both of us planned that the child should die. I don't know how sensible that is to the man, because the man does not even know me from anywhere. He didn't know when I gave birth to this child. He just came to that church, and he just transferred him to that church some months before. And the day after my daughter died, this man was supposed to come to my house to come and visit me as a church member, as to come and visit me and to pray with us like that. He called me that I should come to the church office to come and see him. And my mother was like, this is not right. He's supposed to come to your house. I said, no, it's my pastor. Let's go and see what he has to say. Mumumio, she I should just stayed in my house. I carried my husband and myself. We drove to the church. This man was saying rubbish, that the child had this evil spirit that was worrying the child, and me too. Both of us have evil spirits, and that's why I decided, both the child and I decided to kill the child, that the child should die. It almost broke my marriage, because nobody will hear that kind of thing. I'm still be laughing, But God still came through for me, because my husband just said, wow, what nonsense is this man saying? After a while, like, this is not my first child, this is my second child. The first one is ill and healthy. She's fine, she's very beautiful, and so why would she decide to kill one and leave one if she's truly possessed? So God came for me, or God came through for me in that aspect as well. Thank God that phase is over. God has blessed me with another beautiful baby girl. So I have 2 girls right now. I give God all the glory for that. So, do you like my nails? It's not easy making your own nails, the application and all. And I don't think I'll be doing this kind of long sets for my other hand. I'll be doing a shorter one. And I don't think the same design. Possibly another design. So if you like my nails, please let me know in the comment section. And if you're still watching my video and you're yet to subscribe to my channel, it's time to do so. Just click on the subscribe button below and turn on post notification so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video. In this particular set, I decided to use a gel-based coat as a sleep solution, because I saw a YouTuber doing the same thing and I decided to try it out. And I'll say that honestly, it is better than using the sleep solution, because while using the sleep solution, the polygel keeps still getting sticky on the brush, but with the base coat, nothing like that is happening. It's just everything is just going smoothly. So I think I'll just be using the base coat for now. I'm encapsulating the glitters and the wheat leaf with clear poly gel, and it seems like I've made a mistake, because it's not looking so that clear to me. It's a little bit cloudy, so I don't think it's going to come out the way I want them to come out, like the way I would like them to be, very transparent and glittering. Let's wait and see, sha. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry guys for taking most of your time. I'll soon be done. Then you can see the final outcome of the nails. So this story I just told you guys happened to me, like, my baby passed away like 5 years ago. I think December 7, 2015. That was when she passed away. And I gave it to her February 8, 2013. So it's been 5 years, and I don't know. I think I've moved on, because people always ask me how I'm feeling. It happened a long time ago. I've moved on, but I can't forget the fact that I gave birth to a child, and the child died. Because people always tell me that you should stop talking about this thing because the child has died. Just thank God for the ones that you have. How can you forget that you have a child, for goodness sake? That you carried a child for 9 months and the baby died. You cannot forget it. So I don't know why people keep saying that. Just stop talking about this sad story. It's my story, it's not your story. Why is it paining that I'm saying it? Me that I'm saying it is not paining me. Because the more I say it, the more I get over it. Please. Thank you all for listening to my story today. And thank you for staying with me till this time. Don't forget to like this video and also leave a comment. Thank you. For my old subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my content. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Thank you. And for those of you that are going to take the decision to join my family today by subscribing, I appreciate your decision to join this family. Thank you also. So I think I've applied the Polygen all the nails. I'll just cure for 60 seconds, then file, then apply the top coat. If you'd like to book a nail appointment with me, kindly check me out on Instagram at Glitters Polish and send me a DM. So guys, thanks for watching my video today and thanks for listening to my story today. Till next time, bye. So the clear poly gel is not as clear as I want it to be. It's not like crystal clear, but still okay, it's manageable. But I don't think I'll be using it to encapsulate glitters again, ever. So if you have used a clear poly gel to encapsulate glitters before, kindly let me know in the comment section and let me know the product you used.